it was not one of the smoothest of rides is what I got out of my ride of this motorcycle. The Honda CB500X was a motorcycle we all loved for its usability and rideability on our Indian roads. The motorcycle received a price cut of around 1 lakh rupees, but still it was pretty pricey for us. On the other hand, the NX500 is launched at a price of 5.90 lakhs ex-showroom, which is pretty close to the discounted CB500. But is it really worth that price? Let's find out in this video. Firstly, talking about the looks, here you get this rally motorcycle kind of a fairing, and the front looks pretty bulky. Plus you get this nice tall windshield which protects you from the wind blast. You also get a full complete LED setup in the front, and coming behind you get this complete LED setup too. Talking about the suspension, if you see the front suspension, you get 41mm UHD Showa forks. Well, talking about how it feels, I felt that the suspension takes a lot of beating and it's completely capable of doing soft-roading, if not complete hardcore off-roading. On the rear, if you see, you get this monoshock setup which is completely hidden inside, but which does a decent job of taking those bumps. Well, talking about bumps, an important role plays with the tires, wherein you get these Dunlop tires, and the front is a 19-inch, and on the rear you get these 17 inches. Mind you, you get alloy wheels, plus obviously the tires are tubeless tires, so punctures shouldn't be an issue for you. Talking about the heart of the motorcycle, that is its engine, where you get a 471cc liquid cooled 4-stroke parallel twin engine that produces around 47 PS of power and 43 Nm of torque. When I rode this motorcycle past 5.5 RPM, I could feel the niggles on my foot pegs and on my handlebars. It was not one of the smoothest of rides is what I got out of my ride of this motorcycle, which is pretty much different from a complete Honda, as we expect it to be complete niggle free. But nonetheless, power starts early, wherein you get a good start with the lower end, and plus the mid end is also not that bad. You get a massive 17.5 liters of fuel tank capacity, which would definitely take you 500 kilometers at one go. So no stops, and you won't be worried about refueling with this motorcycle. Talking about the seat height, you get a seat height of 830 mm. The seats are pretty wide and they're pretty comfortable, so they should be taking care of your back and your behind. For shorter riders, it could be a little bit of issue because I don't think there's any kind of seat adjustment here, and it could feel a little heighted for somebody who is a little shorter than around 5'5". I am around 5'10", and I could like kind of flat foot the motorcycle, it being 830 mm. Talking about the ground clearance, you get 181 mm of ground clearance, and if you see ahead, you don't get any kind of bash plate there. So the motorcycle clearly is not meant for very off-roading purposes. You could definitely take it off-roading and it should do pretty much fine. When I took it soft-roading, it did a pretty decent job and I didn't have any issues taking it in bumps. Also, while saddling, for me the motorcycle was pretty okay, wherein I had to, you know, bend down a little, but overall it was a decent experience, and for my height it was okay for saddling. Talking about the handlebar, you get a nice upright position here. You also sit pretty tall, the motorcycle being pretty tall, and you get a nice commanding position while riding. If you see my foot, it's has a little bit of curvature here to the behind, and if you see my hands too, I am sitting at a pretty upright position and I'm almost at 90 degrees. So posture wise it's pretty easy and shouldn't take a toll on your back. The motorcycle weighs around 196 kgs now and is around 3 to 4 kgs lighter to the earlier version, that's the CB500X. Talking about the brakes, obviously you get dual channel ABS as standard, and if you see in the front you get these dual discs, and if you see the calipers too, you get Nissan calipers here. Coming on the behind, you see these pedal discs again, wherein you see these pedal discs. There's a single pot here, and braking was pretty okay, pretty comfortable. I did not have any kind of issues with the braking part. Now talking about the console, now you get a 5-inch full TFT display, wherein if you see this, it's a darked out display here, and you also get consoles on this side, wherein if you toggle from here, see, you can see the kilometers there. That's the setting part. So there you go. So that's the function display. You can check out the brightness. You can obviously take it according to your preference. You see the general part there, wherein you can play around with the date, language, Bluetooth. Now you get Bluetooth facilities wherein you can pair your phone and get those notifications there. And you also get turn-by-turn navigation. So your travel is now sorted with this display, and which looks pretty nice. Also, if you see here, by pressing this button you can switch off the traction here. So the traction is switched off when I press this. If I press it again, the traction again is switched on. So while going off-roading you can just switch it off, or while going soft-roading you can always switch it off and bring it back. The fit and finish of the electricals are pretty nice, and I didn't have any kind of issues with the fit and finish. Talking about its competition, it is pretty closely tied up with the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, which costs around half the price of this motorcycle, which retails at around 3.5 lakhs on road, and this costs around 7.25 lakhs on road here in Mumbai. So is it really worth paying that kind of money? Obviously you get those tubeless tires which are right now missing with the Royal Enfield Himalayan, but with that upgrade wherein you would get those spoke wheels which would accommodate those tubeless tires, that should cost you not more than 20 to 30k. The power delivery with the Royal Enfield and this motorcycle is almost similar is what I felt, and obviously with Honda the maintenance costs and the overall ownership experience is much more refined. So well, if you have that kind of money to park for a Honda which you would be keeping for a few years, if that's what you're looking out for, then I would definitely ask you to get the Honda NX500, which would stay with you for a couple of years, which would also be maintenance free and niggle free. On the other hand, we all know how things are with the Royal Enfield Himalayan, wherein the service costs and the reliability of the motorcycle is still unknown. Thank you guys. If there's anything you all want to know about this motorcycle or any other motorcycle, do hit it down in the comment section. I would love to answer all your questions. Also follow me on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram link here. Check my Instagram out. There's more fun and live content there. Here it's more of reviews and more of serious content. Thanks a lot once again for watching. Do take care of yourself and your families. See you from BikerDaadLife. Take care guys. Bye-bye.